Hey class, today we're going to get loopy with Soundtrap. So, specifically, we will be learning about the building blocks of music production, loops. We'll also create our own song using rhythmic, harmonic, and melodic loops. But you might be thinking, what is a loop? A loop is a repeated section of sound that can be played over and over and over again. What music producers do is they'll take loops and then layer them on together to make a really cool song. To illustrate what this sounds like, we're going to use this really cool tool created by Shed the Music. It's a looper, and here it is. It's awesome. What you'll do is you'll hit the play button, and I'm going to select drums to start so that you can hear the loop repeating over and over again. Right? So you hear it playing over and over again. I made it like a movement with my head so that you could hear it when it repeated. Um, Now we're going to add the drums and the bass, and then some chords, and then finally the melody, right? We have our rhythmic in the drums, our melodic in the melody, and our harmonic in the bass and chords. So let's hear it. Right? So it's really cool to try it out, hear the loops together, separate. This tool also has kind of a manipulator of the sound. Definitely try that. And then we also have some fun little sounds.
Hey,
So try this out, pause the video so that you can try it out yourself. Great. So now that you've tried it and you can hear loops, now we want to see what it looks like in Soundtrap. So I have a couple loops here, 3 of them. We have the first row, second row, and third row. So on that first row, you'll notice it's one long kind of track. It doesn't repeat. Even when it's split, it doesn't have kind of that beginning. If you notice, there's like a beginning here, this long line. It doesn't happen here. So that's not a loop. It's just one long track. The row below it, row 2, if you notice, you have kind of a long line at the start. You have it again here and here and here. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 loops of this purple. And then this bright purple on that third row. So you'll have kind of one big line and then small, small, small lines, one big line, small, small, small. And then there's a break. And then it goes one big line, small, small, small. So you have 3 loops, but they're separated by space, silence. So that's something cool that you can do with loops. You can either repeat it one after another, or you can break it up, or you can split it like we did in that first row. There's so many things you can do. That's why they're the basic building blocks, right? So let's test ourselves. How many loops do you see? Let's talk about that first row. How many loops do you see? Throw up your hands, either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, based on how many you see. So how many in that first row? If you threw up the number 1, you are correct. Now let's look at that next row, that purple row. How many loops do you see? Do you notice repeating patterns? Throw them up, throw them up. If you chose 4, you're correct. Now let's look at the next one. This third row, it's green. How many do you see? Again, look for repeated patterns. Throw them up, throw them up. If you did 2, you're correct. And this last one, how many do you see? If you chose 3, you're correct. Great job. Amazing work. Now we're going to get loopy. We're going to add loops to our Soundtrap project. You're going to select a melody, some rhythm, drums or a drum kit, and then harmony, some sort of piano, guitar chord thing. So let's go into Soundtrap. So this is what you would start to see in Soundtrap. We're going to select Music Project. And nice and easy, on the top right corner, you're going to see 2 music notes right here. You're going to select it, and that shows you all of our loops. So we have lots of options. We have instruments like drums, bass, piano, guitar, or genres, pop, rock, EDM, hip hop. I'm going to start off with drums because we want a rhythmic loop. So we'll start with drums. Now there's a lot you can do. You can scroll through all of ours. There's a lot. We have thousands. Or you can select some sound packs. But what I like to do is just select and try and maybe listen to one of them, see if I like it. Ooh, fun, energetic. But maybe I don't want that for this song. But maybe in the future I'll like it. I can favorite it. That's a heart. So I can access it later in my favorites. And let's try another one. I really like that one. So I'm going to select the plus button and add new track. So it gives me 2 loops. And then you notice at the top there's this orange cycle bar is what we call it. I'm going to turn it off because what that does is it just loops those 2 over and over again. But I actually want to extend my loop. So I'm going to go to the top right corner, and there's kind of a circle with an arrow. I'm going to click and drag it over. And so now I have a lot more loops. I'm going to zoom out. How many loops do you see? If you said 6, you're correct. So now I'm going to add a melodic. So I'm actually going to type in the word melody or start melody and try and listen to some options. That's not kind of the melody I'm looking for. Let's try this. Okay, I really like that. So I'm going to try and press the plus button to add to my track. And if you notice, it goes right underneath my rhythmic loop. So I'm going to loop this one to make it line up. Again, you can do a lot of things though. I can move my loop, right, to start later. So maybe we try that and see how it sounds. I always recommend listening to 2 loops together to see if they sound good. That sounds so good. I love it. So now I want some sort of chords, some sort of it says atmospheric synth. Let's try it. Let's listen to it. Very different. Let's see if it sounds good. I love experimenting with different sounds. Let's press the plus button, add new track, and let's add it with the guitar melody. So let's try it and see again if it sounds good. I'm going to skip right to where it starts though. it sounds pretty good. I'm actually going to move it to the beginning and maybe move this to later. So now we have kind of an interesting start. Let's hear it. Yeah, I like that. It's a good start. Again, we're just getting started with loops. You can do so many more things. But now that you've seen me do it, now you try. I want you to pause and add 3 loops, extend them so that you can make your own song. Amazing. Hopefully, you had a great time creating a song. Now, I want you to pause and share your project with a neighbor. Give them the headphones or let them try it out and listen. And then we're going to share feedback. So, listen with a good ear. Amazing. Now, we're going to share our feedback. Tell your neighbor what you like best about their composition, their song. Let them know, are the volumes of each track balanced? Is one sounding a little louder? And then the next one is, how could this composition be improved? Do they need to extend something, shorten it, move it around? Think critically and share your feedback with your partner. Awesome. Hopefully, you had some really good tips from your classmate. Now, we're going to level up our project. Maybe you're done early, or you want to keep your project going or make a new one. Consider using some of our sound packs. I mentioned them earlier. They're in Soundtrap in the Loops tab. Right here, you can select Show All, or you can just type in the name and they'll show up for you. Some really good ones are shonen. That's our J rock. So if you like that kind of style, definitely try that. Our next one is inspired by Peso Pluma Corridos. The next is inspired by artists like Taylor Swift and Olivia Rodrigo. That's Riverside. And then Spirit is inspired by Afro beats, like those created by Burna Boy. So if you like some of those artists or those styles, definitely try and create your own song with those genres or use any of our others. You can also create your own loops either in Chrome Music Lab or using Soundtrap's chords feature. A quick little tutorial there. You hit add new track, keys, and there's the chords, and you can make your own chord progression. And that'll be the basic building blocks of your loops. We hope you enjoy. Bye.